All right, we are live. Hey, YouTube. I'm actually gonna tilt you guys down just a bit because I want to lean back and relax. Turn this way just a smidgen too. There we go. So, hope you liked the thumbnail. I was just like, what can I do for a thumbnail? Done so many smiles. Oh, let's get one of me with my camera. So, set my Sony HX99 off to the side here. We're gonna talk about what's coming up for 2019. Also, if you guys want me to do like a 2018 year respective, because there are quite a few of those that are coming out, and I have a suspicion that it's because YouTube Rewind was so bad, which I haven't seen YouTube Rewind. I've just seen people's reaction to it. I watched Marquez Brownlee's video, and I saw like Linus Tech Tips on the WAN show. I saw Linus talk about it with Luke. Yeah, ooh, it's a little bit poofy right now. I like the poofy look, but it says it's coming time for another little haircut here. Which I'm actually right now humble. I'm going to try and do it in a more timely manner, but... So if you guys want to see a year-end retrospective where we go look at statistics and stuff, they're not like super huge. I think the biggest thing this year, just from memory, was the time that I played Minecraft Live and got 16 people watching at once. That's like a record for me. So yeah, and if you guys want to talk in comments, if anybody joins this stream, we're totally welcome to. Which, while I'm here, I realized something. Like, I say all this stuff, and I need to encourage people when I'm doing live streams to maybe go back and watch more of the earlier stream, get full story. Because a lot of people joining, I gotta realize, they join live, so it puts them out where I am live, so that they can actually be live with us instead of lagging behind a bit. And I once did that. I went back a bit to see some of the beginning. I'm like, I can watch this later if I really want. I should go live. And it wasn't too far into the live stream. They were like, I don't know, like 5 minutes ahead of me. And I'm like, nah, I'm going all the way to where it's live. So, what's up for 2019? Well, there's the mission thing. I really don't know how much longer. I say 6 months. I can't say exactly why. But I say 6 months. I don't know, maybe it's shorter. I honestly have no idea. I've gotten my paperwork mostly done. I need to do doctor's checkup, physical, and then I think I still need to do dental checkup. I've got my wisdom teeth removed, so I don't know where it counts. But as long as it's just, your teeth look whatever, I'm fine with that. If it's like, oh, let's do some actual dental work, and no needles, and no, thank you. So, but I will be getting and going and doing those things, and yeah. And I'm pretty much just going to go wherever the Lord wants me to go. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but pretty much it's, as soon as I get my paperwork done, then I can go and I'll focus on my job at Dollar Tree, do a good job there. I'm not perfect, I'll openly admit that, but do as good of a job as I can there. Also do, what am I thinking of yet? Also go and do, like, just YouTube and stuff. And I'll actively be working on this and making good content and things like that. And one thing that I really want to do this year is to make better content. I recorded a thing last night that I need to go and edit here in a moment and get up soon because it's time relevant. And I'm in the 4K mode on my camera. You see the 4K badge in the corner there? Which, that essentially means about 5 minutes. And I really actually liked that because I was talking and I was getting the important information across. It was a little bit of the rambly sort. It wasn't scripted, but in the beginning there was some, I think it was, or was it this, where I sometimes forget what I'm thinking about. That happens. I was okay with it being that because I was just kind of pulling from memory and telling about a few important things related to what I did. And then, coming up, I was watching the time, checking it here and there, coming up close to the 5 minute mark, and I was able to speed up and essentially blah, blah, blah. Okay, quickly, here's the end of my thoughts. See you guys later, bye. I didn't really get to say like or subscribe or anything like that. Maybe I'll put that as a little, just, some little text at the end of the video. I don't know, but I actually liked that. It kept me in check somewhat. I was my time trying to find, I'd have less edit, less clips on my hard drive. Um, I mean, it really takes up more space because essentially I have, I recorded this, and if I did another clip to continue talking, I'd push record. I have that little space where I'm pushing record, taking up space, and I'm a huge like space freak, we'll say, when it comes to space on my hard drive. I used to be like, I mean, you know, this is why I don't do like a. If you guys want to see bloopers for something, sure, I can post some outtakes and stuff like that from, I don't know, Airborne Death or whatever, but the reason I haven't done a blooper reel ever, like other people have done, because with just me filming the video, it's not funny. It's like, boop. Alright, hey YouTube, today we're going to be talking about this, and it's going to be really cool because, I messed up. Okay, I'm just going to come over here, stop the recording, I'm going to go into the settings, I'm going to delete that file so I don't waste up space because it's not going to be used for anything. I'm going to re-record, and let's go again, and hey YouTube, and I do it till I get it as good as I want it to, I get it right. And yeah, so a blooper reel, just me, would be kind of sort of boring, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I did kind of sort of do that blooper reel where it was like the lots of takes singing, which I'm still working on that. Oh boy, there's projects I have pushed back that I need to finish. So there will be there's at least 3 projects, right? 4 actually, wow. I remember I actually have a vlog-ish, of me getting my wisdom teeth taken out. I still need to put that up there. And that is going to be along with some of the others. Those will be, well, the clock video, that's not really time sensitive, but there's a video for fireworks. I don't know about that one, but definitely for the wisdom teeth removal thing. That's going to be one of the videos where I've mentioned, rather than, hey YouTube, this video was late because blah blah blah, I'm sorry, here it is. It's going to be one where it's just some text in the beginning that says the date it was filmed. And then the text goes away and you're into the thing. So there's that. I'm going to be catching up on some old projects. And I just, in general, I want to make better quality projects. I'm putting, this goes back, when I was young, quality didn't really matter. I would make something, I would, make it how I wanted. I'd put it together, I'd save it, and then I'd be like, hey, come watch this thing that I made. This was before YouTube. A lot of my old YouTube videos are from this era. But, I'd ask my parents. Every once in a while I'd have some friends over, so I'd show them. And I'd be like, watch this thing that I made. And after it was over, wow, did you like it? What did you think? Oh, it was good. Great, on to the next one. Gonna go do my next project. Bye. And I didn't really pay attention to what people actually thought of it. Before I get to that cool story, which I'm going to go more detail later on, I'll mention it again. But the thing is, it was also like, well, it was good, except for this. Maybe tweak that a little bit, and go redo that section. Nope, not going to do it, too much work, don't want to, goodbye. Not listening to you. I really didn't want to go back and redo work. I was very much so do things quick and fast, and especially with games. Back when I made some games with GameMaker when I was 12, I had, I started working on a game, and that game the process of making that game didn't happen as fast as I wanted it to. So I'm like, well, let's make another game. Hopefully this game will go faster and I'll get it done sooner. At the detriment of quality, yes. Gee, I had the idea once. What if there's a thing where you put a headset on, and then you push a big red button, and the game that you're thinking of in your head just boop, boop, there's your video game exactly as you want it. And I quickly realized that wouldn't be such a great idea, because then, you would just churn out so many games that your friends wouldn't be able to play it. And, yeah. Well, and there's actually other reasons why that wouldn't be great. A lot of creative process comes from the making process and how you code stuff, and then also just the hard work and make people too lazy. That's for another topic, really. But yeah, what else am I thinking of here? So not only was I not willing to go back and modify my project, it took a while before I was okay at. As of maybe 5 years ago, I was kind of sort of okay with it, and I've slowly gotten better up to the point now where I actually have a project that uh, I started work on, and it's not finished yet. It's not uploaded as soon as I wanted to because uh, I showed my mom, my dad, stepdad, and a friend, and I've modified some things, and I need to go back and re-record one more little segment, and then I'm good to go, hopefully. But so when I really started paying attention to what people think of my project, because you really need to, it was with A Gummy Bear's Life, which A Gummy Bear's Life is actually a remake of an original film that I did years ago. I'll have the original one uploaded at some point, director's commentary, something we'll talk about it, but that was the project where I really learned that you need to pay attention to what people are thinking of your project, because they might not be getting the same feelings and emotions out of it as you think they are. Because I was gonna remake it again, Mom suggested I do that, and I liked the idea. For once, I liked one of my mom's ideas about remaking something. I liked the idea of being able to go back and make it better and nicer and use my newfound knowledge from hours upon hours of watching YouTube videos on how to make videos. And I liked the idea. And I mentioned that I was going to make it a little more sad than the original one, because the original one to me was sad, but it wasn't sad enough. I wanted to really make you cry. And so I found out from my mom that, as I mentioned, is going to make it more sad, and she was like, "More sad? Like how?" And long story short, she thought it was a kind of happy thing because they had each other and that's all that matters. And oh no, A Gummy Bear's Life is definitely not meant to be happy. It's more along the lines of horror almost. It's sad. They're getting eaten. And we don't even know that they're living creatures. That's the point behind it. And so I learned I need to pay attention to what people are getting out of it. I also learned that it's very hard to make things that are small with high squeaky voices be sad. Most of the people were laughing. I'll save this stories for when I actually talk about it and upload the original A Gummy Bear's Life. But that was a thing. And I will say I did actually make one person sad. One of my coworkers. I sent it to her to watch. Actually, former coworker now. Sent it to her to watch, and she was so sad that she didn't want to eat gummy bears anymore. And I kind of sort of feel sorry. That wasn't the intent. I wanted it to be sad, but not to push people away from gummy bears. So I feel a little bit sorry, but then also that's kind of you projecting into a story that's not real, and what can I do? That's part of me kind of sort of wants to say, too bad, that's your problem, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I mean, in a way, it kind of sort of is because most people won't be affected with the gummy bear's life like that. But hey, whatever. But it's also not like too bad either. I don't know that she was a really gummy bear fan beforehand. And even then, there are other gummies that you can enjoy and eat. Like, I've actually thought about doing kind of a sequel to A Gummy Bear's Life that turns it to somewhat happy. And, I've thought about, like, certain combinations of ingredients don't make them living. We'll talk about that later. But, so, going from that, I've gotten better at actually changing things slowly, and there's a lot of things where I still don't want to, especially for some of the videos that really, really come out. There's something I was going to mention. No, I forgot it. Oh, yeah. I watched, Film Riot. I love that channel. They're a little bit dirty. If you guys want to check them out, because I mentioned it, be cautious. But they do a lot of really great film and YouTube stuff, talking about making videos and special effects. And they had one thing, it was a little section from, I think it was like a master class or something like that they were able to put on their channel. And this guy, I forget his name, but my apologies, but he mentioned that, like, you can't always be like people watching your stuff and then they're like, oh, well, that's interesting. I think this. Well, hold on. It was actually supposed to mean this. You can't really do that. And to some extent, I say, yeah, I agree with him, you can't. But especially when you're I kind of like, it's, so what did you get out of my project? I got A. And then you can say, oh, well, I meant B, but not just, I meant B, you're wrong. Don't do that. Just be like, well, I actually meant B. Um, how would you make it feel more like B? Get feedback on how you would make it feel more like what you wanted it to from people close to you and whatnot, but also, accept what people see in it, because everybody's gonna see something different. And then use that to learn and get better. And I've really worked on, getting better and growing my channel. And over time, I've looked at numbers. Like, there's been a few times where I pulled up my analytics and stuff because my mom wanted to know some numbers, but I really don't look at that when I probably should. The biggest number that I look at is views. That's the thing I look at the most. Things that get higher views, every once in a while I'll scroll down and see what got views recently. This is like once every 3 months or so that I look at the view count. Hi, Coco. Love you, sweetie. Also, I need to check what time it is because I got an important thing today for YouTube, too. But so I'll look at it, and if something got a larger amount of views than some of the other stuff, like the average for good views on my channel is like 20 when a video gets viewed. Not great, but hey, So I look at it, and stuff that gets bigger views kind of sticks in my mind as oh, that got good views. I should do something like that in the future, or do a little more of that. But I still very much do what I love and what I want to do. And, I've also said I've said 2 videos a month. Especially with this job, that's a little bit tricky to do 2 good videos a month, seriously. Like, the video of the month, and then one other edited thing, whatever I feel like. All the other stuff I do is like live streaming and stuff, and that's filler. And I'm really going to try and cut back some of that live streaming. Like, if I really want to try something on camera, or if I'm really not feeling like editing on a project because, little kinks and bugs are driving me crazy, and I want to go on and do other things, or I just feel like playing Survive.io and my mic's right there, I can turn it on and go live, I will do that. I need to personally be okay with doing things that I want to do that will be for enjoyment and make me happy as much as I want to do the editing and stuff. That way it doesn't burn me out, because Airborne Death was great, but a lot of that process really made me a little bit tired of editing. I still love it, but little quirks and things, and so I'm going to try to make better content this year, and hopefully tone back just a little bit of the live streaming and the stuff that I do in that regard. And also feedback too. I mentioned this once before, I'll mention it again here. If any of you guys would be interested in having a thing where I upload a video as unlisted and I send it to you on Facebook Messenger or something, and then let you watch it and give feedback, and then make some modifications and then upload it, I will do that. I don't know how many modifications I will do, because also get videos out in a timely manner. I'm just pretty much myself right now. Hopefully, I'm really hopeful though that, especially once the upstairs finish, that they'll have a little bit of time, and I can say, because my mom said maybe she'll help me with some stuff when they're done, so maybe I'll teach her editing, I don't know, but have her help me do some things so that I can get more content out there that's quality and whatnot. Like a big position would be camera person. She's done it a few times, but it's always kind of been slip away and go away. And also she wants to dive in and help out, and what about this and move this. And I personally just want her to be a literal camera person. Like, if you go on a movie set, there's not a whole lot that camera person will say to other positions in the directors. There are some things that they have to say, like, oh, you want me to get this angle? Well, I can see that light. There's some stuff like that, but for the most part, you just film and keep things in frame and don't worry about the rest of it. And that's kind of what I want my mom to do as a camera person. Don't backseat driver or direct, you are just a camera person. But then she does have some good things that are actually good and important. And with Airborne Death, that was one thing where I was really trying to listen to other people's opinions. In my mind, it was like, would you just please shut up so we can go on and film the next thing? But a lot of stuff that ended up working out right was because she pointed this out and reminded me of that. And they actually had good suggestions. And in going into it and into the process, I worked hard to hold my breath and actually listen to what people were saying, and kind of sort of Some of their suggestions are good. A lot of them actually weren't, and that's the thing that bothered me. Is maybe 10% of the stuff that my mom and other people suggested was stuff that I liked, that I was willing to do, and so that's partly what bothers me. But I have to realize, in order to get to that 10% of good stuff that you actually like that fits with your idea and how you want the project to go, you have to listen to all the other stuff too. And so I'm a lot more willing now to take suggestions, listen to what people have to say, and I feel really, really good about it. With that one project that I'm working on right now where I'm taking feedback, if I had done that several years ago and I actually took feedback, it would have just been more depressing, and I'm still working on it and it's not done and I have to do more. But now it's what's the word? Yeah. But now I feel actually happy about it. I was a little bit disappointed with. I knew there was going to be some revision from my project, but great. And with the third step, though, this one's the kind of tricky one because I want to try and make it as close to the original take as possible, so I don't have to do a lot of editing. And I'll be able to make it fit. I can tweak things around there. I'll do that. But it's a great little thing. So, I'm willing now to take suggestions, and I want to make content better. And really, I got that real desire, especially after watching a video today by LGR and him talking about his year in retrospective, and that was great. Also, I was a little bit surprised, but Tim from the Everything Man channel, I didn't know that he just got started with YouTube like a year ago, beginning of 2018, and so he did a retrospective video, and it only got like 83 views, not much, but also he mentioned, because he replied to my comment, that it wasn't really fitting with YouTube's algorithm, and so he was kind of expecting that, and that makes me sad. There's a lot of great stuff out there that just doesn't fit the algorithm, and I don't know if anything's changed as far as this, but it was in a Tom Scott video. Essentially, the algorithm's job is to increase watch time. So we don't know exactly how it does that. It's computer AI trying to do that. And so you'd think that some videos would get a little more views than they do. To me, it sounds like something where it would maybe favor some of the lesser viewed videos like mine to almost detriment of some of the bigger ones. I don't know what exactly it's doing. It's a thing, and so, but kind of feel sad because this video is actually really good in talking about it, and he was the guy that actually came out with like the first actual video review showing the Sony HX99 right here, and it was the one, because for me, I knew I wanted this camera. I liked the specs upgrade from the HX90V, but I wanted actual proof. I've learned, not the hard way, but I've learned by watching other people, you don't just go out and buy the latest computer hardware till after your third-party benchmark. Otherwise, you could end up buying into something that's brand new, that's either trash and doesn't work like they say, or it's a little bit ahead of its time. Like with the RTX, the ray tracing video cards. Yeah, there aren't games now that do ray tracing. Well, maybe by now there's one, I'm not sure, but essentially you're just buying it that. Because it also wasn't like really great with normal games. So I don't know. So I wanted to make sure that it'd be a good thing and it actually performed like they said, and it did. And so I'm very glad that I have it and that I bought it. I've loved the 128 frames a second slow motion, although I've only used it once. I used it actually on the project that I mentioned. And the cool thing, too, is the whole entire project is in 4K, 30 frames a second, except for the 128 frames a second slow motion, because that's at 1080p, 100 megapixels. So, yeah. But it's not too noticeable drop in quality. It works out good for this. But it was cool because we got 30 frames a second, and then when I slowed down the clip, because you have to do that manually with stuff from this camera and most expensive cameras. When I slowed it down, it was cool to see more detail cracks on the footage. And so, yeah. So essentially, 2019 is going to be more quality stuff, trying to do things better, take a little more time to edit projects and get them uploaded, but also not too much time because I've heard it called the shotgun approach. Also, especially from Tom Scott, I watched him talk about what, this was a couple of months ago, he did a little short series about how he got popular and what taking off, and he said one of the things he mentioned is you don't want a one-hit wonder, like something to get really popular, go crazy really fast for one thing, because what happens with that is then everybody's going to be comparing your other works to that one thing that you did, and they're just not going to be as good as that one thing in most cases. I am 100% positive that somewhere out there someone had what seemed to be a one-hit wonder, and then their other stuff, slowly taking off, getting better. Like, an example of this is... Oh, yeah, yeah. So it's the, No, it wasn't Charlie Bit My Finger. But it's that one famous YouTube video that I saw once years ago of that kid who went to the dentist. Well, now he has a gaming channel, and it gets like, I don't know, a couple hundred views per video. I mean, hopefully he'll get slowly popular like I have, and things will grow for him. I'm hopeful. I haven't watched anything from there. I don't know if I will, but he's got that thing. So it's an example of the one-hit wonder thing. So you don't want to, first of all, have a really big takeoff. But then also don't spend too much time on one project because you don't know if it's going to actually take off and work. You want to do a lot of different projects and put stuff out there and kind of see what works. And that's why, I accept this shotgun approach of just putting stuff out there and seeing what works. And so I accept a lot more of the less quality stuff on my channel. And that's what this thing is. I mean, I am trying to get into film industry, and it's not the best for actually going into film industry and doing that stuff. But it's something that it's YouTube, and so I'm embracing YouTube as a platform, but also trying to create space where people can come see my good works. Like, I'm going to have a portfolio playlist. I think I actually do have one. And I'll put my good stuff, like I think I need to put Airborne Death there, and a lot of newer projects coming out, I'll put them there, because I know I can't completely separate, but I want to say, look, this is my good stuff, and then this other stuff is the stuff that I'm doing to kind of cater to YouTube, okay? So I do want to do more quality videos, but can't go too much, can't spend too much time on the videos. Gotta get them out in timely manner, and especially with things like the time it takes to do stuff, I'm at almost a one revision stage. Like, I've mentioned, I did a few videos on the barbecue sauce that I'm working on, which is actually what I'm going to do later on today. I'm going to record a friend, maybe a few other friends trying it and seeing what he thinks. And the big thing with that is they're going to taste it, give feedback. I'm going to do one revision. I am only committing to one revision. Because I don't want to spend too much time on it and more time than it's worth and whatnot. But, so, yeah. That's kind of a thing. How much time am I willing to devote to projects? Like, how important are they to me, And I judge that based on feedback, too, especially... I've done this a few times in the past, and especially going into the future, I'll take a project I've just finished and say, hey, what did you think of it before I upload it? And I'll get some feedback from friends and family. And so then a lot of times I might say, hey, thank you for the feedback. I like those ideas. It would make the project better, but this is not a project I'm super passionate about. It's just something I think could do well. And two, I want to get it out there sooner than later so I can move on to the other bigger projects that I'm working on too. So I appreciate your feedback. But I don't think that's a big enough of a concern to bother changing it before I upload it. And it will go out, and so there will be moments like that. But the point is better content. And hopefully more of the stuff you love too. I'm going to try and pay slightly closer attention to numbers and things like that. And if there's something you guys liked in the past that you specifically want to see more of, I'll do it. I would even go back and try and make another Domino Rube Goldberg machine thing quickly if you guys wanted to see another one of those things. Yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to more stuff in 2019. Oh, also, I will say, I think I mentioned this one person, one of my friends, Colby. He said that he wanted content now. When I asked that, he was like, respond to that video, but he said he wants more content now versus some stuff for later. So what I'm thinking is, this is kind of like official plan, you know. There's some stuff that I've said will come out when I'm gone. I need to edit that and have it ready, and that I'm still gonna have that come out when I'm gone on a mission. But I'm thinking something easy to do, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that I've wanted to see slow motion, and I can do that now in like really good quality. Not only is the quality better on this thing too compared to my phone, also focus too. My phone has problems focusing when doing video. This is a better time getting focus on stuff. So I want to get some slow motion recordings of things happening, and so I'm thinking that's what I'll do for mission content, because that's pretty easy to do, you know. I won't spend too much time on making it look nice. I'll just record something, put it in my editing software, slow it down, and then schedule it for upload. And I won't schedule anything just yet because I don't know exactly when I'm going, and so, what if I schedule it and then I'm still here when it comes out? Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Greater content to come, better quality, but I need your feedback and help for that, so leave a like down below if you're excited for better quality. Get subscribed and click the bell icon if you're new around here. Check out my other stuff before you subscribe. I want to make sure you like the variety that I do. I will see you guys in whatever's next.